Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we'll be talking about indices and we'll be starting from laws of indices. Here we have 9 laws of indices. We have the multiplication law, the division law, the zero index law, the negative index law, the power of a power law, the fractional indices, these two. We have the power of a product law and the power of a quotient law. So these are the 9 laws of indices and we'll be taking them one after the other. So we'll be starting from the law of the multiplication law. The multiplication law, given as x raised to power a times x raised to power b is equals to x raised to power a plus b, states that when you multiply numbers with the same base, add the powers. So basically we used x as our unknown variable, right? And here this is x and this is x, they are of the same base. Basically we have to multiply the power, meaning a plus b. So that's what we have here. Our first question says simplify 10 raised to power 2 times 10 raised to power 3. So here we have 10 raised to power 2 times 10 raised to power 3. 10 and 10 the same base as according to the law. So since they both have the same base, we will add their powers, which is 2 and 3. So 10 raised to power 2 plus 3 will give you 10 raised to power 5. Now to confirm if this formula, this law rather, is accurate, we will check that if this answer is correct, and to check we'll just like solve it in a normal way, should I say a normal way, where we have 10 raised to power 2 as this 10 here, 10 times 10, and 10 raised to power 3 as this 10 times 10 times 10, which if you count it 1 2 3 4 5 is 5 tens, right? So you can basically just say the answer is 10 raised to power 5, and this answer is given in standard form. Most of the time when you have indices questions, the answers are mostly given in standard forms. Okay, I believe if you add these together you will get 1 2 3 4 5. I think that's 100,000. I think, yeah, if you add this together you get 100,000. Our question here says simplify 9 raised to power 3 times 9 raised to power minus 2 times 9 raised to power 5. So here we have same base. So what do? We add the powers. So we have them out here, and you add the 3 powers while taking only one of the bases of one of the base rather. So we are taking 9 and we're saying 3 plus minus 2 plus 5, which give you 9 raised to power 6, because 3 plus minus 2 will give you 1, and 1 plus 5 will give you 6. So to check if this answer is correct, we have written them out here, and we have 9 raised to power 3, 9 raised to power 5, and 9 raised to power minus 2. So we wrote out the positive ones, which are 9 raised to power 3 and 9 raised to power 5. So here we have 9 raised to power 3, and here we have the 9 raised to power 5. So to check if this is correct, we will remove 9 raised to power minus 2 from here, meaning taking out 2. So if we take out these 2, we'll be having 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that means our answer is 9 raised to power 6. So this is correct. So the next law we'll be looking at is the division law. Division law is x raised to power a divided by x raised to power b is equals to x raised to power a minus b. And it says that when you divide numbers with the same base, subtract the powers. So our first question here is 5 raised to power 6 divided by 5 raised to power 2. Remember, it states that when you divide numbers with the same base, this is the same base, 5 and 5. And what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to subtract the powers. So solution, we have 5 and 5. We pick one of the 5s here. Then we subtract 6 from 2, that's 6 minus 2, and will give us our answer, which is 5 raised to power 4. Now to check if this is correct, this law is correct, we solve it in a normal way, where we have 5. We should also note that when we say 5 divided by 5, we simply mean 5 over 5, right? And like this is simply saying 5 raised to power 6 over 5 raised to power 2. So here we're checking and we're saying is 5 raised to power 6 over 5 raised to power 2. So here we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 5 raised to power 2 on 5 raised to power 6 on top, and this is the 5 raised to power 2 under. Now we will divide 5 raised to power 6 by 5 raised to power 2, where we're going to be removing 2. This 2, we remove this 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, where we have 5 raised to power 4. Now the next question here, we have 22n raised to power 7 divided by 2n raised to power 3. Remember, the law says divide numbers with the same base. Here it looks as if it does not have the same base because we have 22 and we have 2 here. But mind you, what the actual base is the n here and the n here. And I just want to point this out. This simply means 22 times n raised to power 7. So this is what we're looking at, and it's divided by 2 times n raised to power 3. So this is what we're looking at, meaning they have the same base. Now to the solution, it says 22n raised to power 7 divided by 2n raised to power 3. Like I said, is the same thing as 22 over 2 rather. This is the same thing as 22 over 2. So we have 22 over 2 here times n, which is the same base. That's what we have here. Since it's the same base, what do? We subtract the powers. We now say 7 minus 3. That's how we have n raised to power 7 minus 3. So 22 divided by 2 will give you 11, and 7 minus 3 will give you 4. So we have 11n raised to power 4. Now to check if this is correct, we will also do the same thing we did here. So like I said, this is the same thing as saying 22 times n raised to power 7. So we have the 22 here and the 7, the n raised to power 7, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7n, and under we have the 2 times n raised to power 3, which is 1, 2, 3. So basically 22 divided by 2 will give you 11. If we are removing this 3n divide this 3n, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 11 times n raised to power 4, which is 11n raised to power 4. We move on to the next law, which is the zero index law, which says x raised to power 0 is equals to 1, meaning any non-zero number raised to the power of 0 is equals to 1. Meaning for this formula to hold, it has to be a non-zero number raised to the power of 0. So the first question here, we have 19 raised to power 0. This is 19 raised to power 0. Sorry for the mistake here. This is 19 raised to power 0. Solution, you see 19 raised to power 0. Since the formula says a non-zero, 19 is a non-zero number, so it's raised to power 0. The answer must be equal to 1. So 19 raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So check if this answer is correct. We say 19, which is equal to 0, is equal to 19a minus a. This is a minus a. And the reason we wrote a minus a here is just to remind you that obviously a minus a is equal to 0, because this is a and this is a. It's the same thing as saying 2 minus 2 is equals to 0. Do you get? So we just used a non-variable, an unknown variable, instead of writing it. It's the same thing. So a minus a is equals to 0. Now, according to our division law, when we're subtracting two powers, it simply means we're dividing the bases. Do you get? So like, since we have a minus a here, this is basically, well, actually here we're using the division law. So we are having this a minus a is basically the same thing as saying this. We just simply brought it out because we want to like confirm the formula. So 19 minus 19 will give you 1. So obviously our answer is correct. We'll be looking at the negative index law, which is x raised power a is equals to 1 over x raised power a, which states that a negative power means reciprocal of the positive power. Reciprocal simply means flipping or switching. Do you get? So our first question here is simplify 5 minus 2. Solution, we have our 5 minus 2 here, and since it says a negative power is the reciprocal of the positive power, simply reciprocal means flipping or switching. Do you get? So like we're going to flip it and it's going to become 1 over 5 raised power 2. It's not 5 raised power minus 2 because they said a negative power is the reciprocal of the positive power. They didn't say of the negative power, so it becomes 1 over 5 raised to power 2 is equals to, which will give you 1 over 25, because 5 times 5 times 5 is 25. So yes, that's how it's, because most of the times you will not see your answer in 1 over 5 over 1 over 5 raised power 2. You will see 1 over 25. So to check if this answer is correct, we'll say, since it's 5 raised power minus 2, we'll say 5 is equal to 5 raised power 0 minus 2. 5 raised power 0 minus 2 is still the same thing as 5 raised power minus 2. We're just trying to confirm if our answer is correct. So basically, when we have division of bases, we're obviously talking about the division law. And the division law, in the division law we say the same numbers, you subtract the bases. So basically we just converted it to division law, where we have 5 raised power 0 over 5 raised power 2. Now 5 raised power 0 is 1 according to our zero index law, when we said that any non-zero number raised to power of 0 is equal to 1. So 5 raised power 0 will give you 1, and we have 5 raised power 2 here, where we know that 5 raised power 2 is 5 times 5, which is 25, where we get, that's how we got 1 over 25. Then question 2, simplify 2 raised power 3 times 1 over 6 in brackets raised to power minus 1. So 2 raised power, mind you, we're not having the same basis here as we can see. So 2 raised power 3 is the same thing as saying 2 times 2 times 3, 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8. That's the 8 we have here. This is the 8 we have here. Then we will now say is raised to power minus 1 according to the law. Again, I'm always pointing it to the law so that you understand. We are saying a negative power rather means the reciprocal of the positive power. So since it's a negative, it's the reciprocal, meaning it's the switching. So we will now have 1 over the entire thing. Like this one, 5 raised to power minus 2, we have 1 over 5 raised to power 2. They say is the reciprocal of the positive power is 1 over 1 raised to power 6. And to solve this, 1 over 1 raised to power 6 is the same thing as saying 1 divided by 1 over 6, which if you are solving in division, it will, if you want to solve a question that has fraction in division, you say is equal to 1 over 1 times 6 over 1, which is equal to 6 over 1, which is the same thing as 6. So that's the 6 that we have here, which is 8 times 6 will give you 48. So that's the end of our video. In the next video, I'll be talking about the remaining laws of indices. Make sure to subscribe and follow for more videos. Thank you.